Hi, this is Karen and welcome to another crafty Christmas at dolallycrafts. I'm sorry about the glare here on the camera from the sun out there. It's actually a brighter day than it was half an hour ago. Okay, let's get on with this. This is the gift box that we're making today. It's made with the envelope punch board, and this is another table favour, but this is for the kids. It could be for the adults as well, but I've specifically made this box to fit 4 of these strawberry yogurt sticks from Shocker, which is available at your local Aldi store, or it is here in Australia. I'm hoping it is everywhere, because I know the other boxes of chocolates like the Merci are also available in the States and in Europe. So I'm hoping that these, because they're made by Chocker, and Chocker deal with a lot of, like they're one of the Aldi brands, that you'll be able to get them in your country as well. So this box fits 4 of them quite nicely. It would also probably fit 4 to 6 of the Merci bars, because they are, oh no, it'd be a bit too big for the Merci bars, but have no fear, I've actually created a box for those as well. Anyway, as I said, this fits 4 of these, and they are an ideal kids table favour. All the parents are getting stuck into the Merci and truffles and whatnot. The kids want to have something to eat on their table too, so that's what I put together. Okay, it's really easy box. Most of it is using scraps. As you can see, we've got a couple of scrap pieces of Whisper White and a scrap of the DSP. The DSP that you need is only a 6x6 sheet, so you could actually get 4 of these out of one 12x12 piece of DSP. Okay, bring in our envelope punch board. Oh, and the dimensions of the box when it's finished are, whoops, 1.5 by 3 3/4 by 1. So it's a decent sized little box. Okay, the first punch on this 6x6 piece of paper is at 3 1/8. So you punch and score, then you move this down to 4.5 and punch and score again. And then all you need to do is follow the little divot here that sticks out, the pointer thingy. I'm not sure what we're supposed to call it, but anyway, you line that up with the score mark, which is, I can't see properly because of the sun. There we go. Okay, and then you just punch. Whoops, and I've gone straight off the score there, and then we move it along and we get to the next score mark, which runs across there, and then punch and score again, and then just follow that round to complete all of the punches and most of the folds for this little box. Okay, I've missed one somewhere. I've missed one over here. I've only punched once, and I needed to punch and score a second time there, and then we'll flip that round and we will punch it a second time and score there, and that gives us most of our box. However, you need to bring it up. I'm trying to remember. I think what I did was scored it at the end, but you need to score it about there, so at about the 4.5 inch mark. No, that's, maybe it's the 5 inch mark. I'll correct it on the post. I'm pretty sure it's at the 5 inch mark that you need to just score it again so that it will fold completely over. You don't need to punch it, Karen. So yeah, just score there and fold, and that will give you a neat fold at the end. Pop that back, and I will just come in and round all of the edges. I like the arc of the paper rounder on this. Okay, so that's what you would have once you've finished all the punching and scoring. Bring in your bone folder and just reinforce each of those score lines with your bone folder. As I said, I think it's that one. I'm hoping it is. But as I said, I will make a note of it on the web page, so all of the dimensions and measurements and everything will be found on my web page. Okay, I'll just check that. Yep, that looks about right. So it's about 5 inches that you've got to make that last score mark. Okay, all we do now is trim the score lines down the side of each of these larger folds and just take it down to that first score line like so, and that is just going to give us the fold up for the box. Okay, and what you need to do now, fold those, whoops, I'm getting a bit carried away here. I'm going to bring in my glue. Now, is it going to come down? Yes, it is. And I'm just going to put some glue. You can use snail, you could use tear and tape, but because I've got my tacky glue in arm's reach, that's what I'm using. So just pop some glue of choice on these 2 fold tabs, like so. And so that I can make it a bit more sturdy as I'm putting the box together, I'm going to put the 4 strawberry sticks into there, like so. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. You can cover the whole of that tab because it will all be covered by these extra pieces that are coming over, as you can see, like that. And the piece that's not covered will just rub off quite easily. So we'll just give that a press for a moment. There we go. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue just on that tab there and fold it over and give it a press so that it's going to stay straight. Now, I did trim that the wrong way. It should be on the short sides so that it will fold in neatly. So I'm just going to have to trim a bit of a triangle off there so that it slides in neatly. No, I haven't taken enough off that one. There we go. So they all fold over really nicely and sit in like that. Okay, it doesn't, because I've taken the tabs off in the wrong direction, it's not sitting properly. But I'll put a diagram up so that you've got it correct on the website. Okay, now all we need to do is bring in our extra piece of DSP and wrap it round the box. Try and keep it as straight as possible and just reinforce those folds around the sides of the box with your thumb and your finger so that you get a nice neat line up there. And then once you take that off, you can reinforce the folds with your bone folder. And that's number 3 and number 4. Okay, so we'll wrap that around, and I'm going to bring the join to the front because the decoration on the front will hide that join. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue. Ooh, make that a lot of glue, it's all come out. Okay, we'll smear that down there. There we go. So there's our belly band fastened around, and all you need to do is bring in the 2 scraps of paper. Now I've already got what I need mounted here. I've just got to get my real red. Okay, so we're going to stamp our candy cane with the real red, and then I'm going to bring in my garden green and flip this over and just ink up the saying "'Tis the sweet season" with the garden green. Give it a quick huff, and then I'm going to stamp that down the centre of my thin scrap. There we go, that looks really good. That's come out really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to trim both ends off. I'm not even going to banner the ends of this one. Now I'm going to bring my punch in and punch out my candy cane. There we go. And then bring this back in and my dimensionals, and I'm just going to pop a couple of dimensionals over the top of the candy cane. And because this box is a top opening box, you don't need to worry about the label not being able to, the belly band not being able to slide off, because that's a permanent fixture. Even though I haven't specifically glued it to the box, when the candy cane goes on, it will stay in place. So there's our candy cane on, and then all I'm going to do is bring in a little bit of snail and just pop that across. Bring in one of my tiny gemstones, if I can get it out. I'm all thumbs today. And even though I put a large one on the original box, I think the small one is ideal, and it just adds that little bit of bling. Okay, there's today's box. I'll just get all this stuff out the way. There's the one we started with and the completed one. As I said, all the measurements can be found on my blog, or they will be able to be found on my blog within minutes of this video going live. I hope you've enjoyed today's project and that it will be sitting on your Christmas table. Stay tuned for another crafty Christmas coming up within the next couple of days. I'm not sure yet whether it's going to be one of the cards I've designed or another chocolate box, but there is another one coming up soon, so stay tuned. Bye for now.